Hey, oh, I'll get it. Never mind. I was gonna ask you to, and then do you remember how to turn off the AI button? Hey, Lucas. Yes, please. And then,
I was looking for mute. There's no mute.
okay, so 3 buttons.
Okay, and that's AI. I sit.
Room controls,
Okay.
turn those off.
Enable auto. That's all. Okay. You don't want it following all the time. That's probably the easy one.
Did you stop after like third?
That's what she just did. So
Yeah.
it's
It's just like a screenshot.
yeah, now you stab it. I think that's better. No, I'm asking. Was it confusing when it kept moving around? Or?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's like a delay and just straight on.
It's a good idea. Follow.
I don't put up with what I'm saying, if you don't stop. Well, we have to switch out. Wow. But then, I want to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, how are you?
I'm sorry? I'm not sure. It kind of, it just depends on what the board does. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I just knew it was going.
Just a draft. Oh. I'll just turn off the light.
Some people never.
Everybody's spacey.
We haven't had a light in forever.
It's just the worst.
It was just a ball.
I always had my phone out so I could. Thank you.
Or nobody knew the switch.
I've done
I knew the switch was there.
Yeah, that's it.
I told somebody. Because I have a skill.
Yeah.
Well, because my total card. I said nobody.
Ever try and figure it out?
On the record.
That little list that's out there.
Gary, how are you?
Found mine. Okay, I do. You don't want to spend any money. Military stuff he's doing. He was out there pulling thistles around his house. It was 100 out. I talked to maybe the guy that was on the Road Street. All the time. He come around.
Yeah. Hard to read.
I don't know. We just approved a new air conditioning unit.
Seems like it's not. Deal actually, it's got black and white. Right.
I'm not ready to start, but I'm just head on over.
Plug the battery in on my phone.
That's your boat.
It's sat there for 2 years.
I know.
Well, a year of it was.
All right.
Everybody approves it, right?
That's Sarah's done. That's Sarah's done.
Dang it. Had a speech prepared and everything.
Go ahead and get the speech first, and I'll tell you if I like it.
Is there a long line behind it?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I just had to put it in. You could have put it at that 80.
I tried to take the heat off of Jeremy last week, so I was looking through. It's sure coming up.
Yeah.
No, this.
Roger, don't fix it. Stop. Or the water department. Speaking of, I did see water flowing down through the Gospel Trailer Park on the south side.
On our,
Don't know if they got a leak. There was a cone out there. Somebody knows.
Stop to get pizza. That was all night, sure.
I know where Sharon was at.
What'd you say?
You shouldn't.
All right, let's get this baby on.
Just call it, order work meeting for September 2nd, please stand.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, be in prayer. Father, we thank you for today. I ask you guide our thoughts and our actions and our decisions and give us the wisdom to help run the city with the best intentions for the people involved. I pray that you keep our police and fire and safety and all the utility workers safe from week to week as they do their job. And also we pray for your help for the folks out at the trailer park that are going through these troubling times and they're difficult with situation with the water. We just ask that you give them peace and guidance and some favor. We thank all the volunteers that are helping out there in Jesus' name. Amen.
Sarah Collins.
Present.
Ian.
Present.
Tim Smith. Here. Jimmy Henry. Here. City Attorney Sydney Darnell.
I'm here.
Okay. Okay, we have meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve August the 4th.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I'll make a motion to approve August 8th minutes. as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, we're gonna move fire tech protection agreement to the top of the list for tonight. Any discussion on that? Personally feel it's not hard.
I was telling her I got to read it.
Personally feel like with the unknowns with the next few years, I think that's about as good as it's gonna get.
I appreciate the township's, efforts to try to keep things status quo until we can figure out what's going on with the Senate bills. Appreciate that. I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Thanks.
It's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring Luke up tonight and ask for him to be promoted to grade 4. His 90 days are up. And fantastic. A lot of changes in the lab. Found out there's some things that were not being done incorrectly, but could have been done better. Brought in the academic vectors, I reflected 2 weeks ago. And even guidance, and was really impressed with what's going on with the plan. Basically, we got straight A's, so. But with that, if you have any questions, I think he deserves it. We can make it happen, it's great.
Did you ever have a seat?
Come on.
You can give your speech. I'm good.
Okay, I'll make the motion anyway.
Thank you.
Promoting Bill.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Good job.
Congratulations, you guys.
Appreciate some fresh young blood.
Is the board's recommendation for the next payroll cycle? We're in the middle of one right now, so we just finished one on Sunday.
Not sure when it's 90 days.
So when is 90 days up?
It's already up. I just don't know when.
So do we modify for retroactive if it hits the pay cycle? If we can
That's
do
a-
it.
That's a board decision. That's why I
Right.
was asking.
Well, if it can be done retroactive to his day for the pay cycle, yes, I would add that to the motion or modify it if we can. So I'll make a motion. Take that back.
Take it back.
Take it back.
We'll do the dance that goes with that.
So modify the motion to make it retroactive to the closest pay period. How about
Okay,
that?
good.
Okay.
I got you. Thank you.
That's probably that.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you for the direction.
Do we need to vote on that?
Well, Jeremy kind of did, and then Roger did.
I motion to amend it. He seconded it, so we probably
Oh,
need
need a,
all in
All
favor.
in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. The Explorer. 2018 Explorer. Did you have this? Can you hear me, Sydney?
I can, sorry. I didn't catch that last part, but I know that I had talked to Mayor earlier and said that that needs to be coined surplus property, which we don't have a resolution prepared for this meeting, but I can prepare it over the next month and then the board can look at it in October.
Thought we had a surplus property. Is that on council?
No, that was something we did.
Oh, okay. I saw that in the attachment. So that's not for this. We have to add it separately and individually. Okay.
Yeah, the other, there was surplus property on the agenda, but we went back in the minutes and the resolution that had been circulated to the board had already been approved, I believe in June. And authority had been delegated to, think of options to dispose of it. So I think that the board has already, acted on that resolution. So there's no further action on that. And then we'll have to prepare a different resolution for the 2018 Ford Explorer.
Thank you. Good. Okay, next meeting will be Monday, October 5th.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Yeah.
But I'll quite, maybe like this one. Pull
I apologize to you. Focus on the meeting.
Thank you very much. We got a couple, let's take this
Amy, I'm gonna hand you a little pile of goodies. These were, I just got those ready for us. The 5-year and 10-year abatement for company service.
I can always stay. I'm there Monday through Friday, at least till 5, if I don't have a meeting anymore, which I know the rest of this week I don't in the afternoon.
One more.
I appreciate that. Thanks, sir.
These I think.
Just good. How are you?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I wasn't home.
Whatever.
See you later. Thank you so much, you guys. Fishing, beer, and golf.
That's the hope.
Hey, Todd, how are you? Yeah, not too bad. Thanks. I was in here the other day and I heard you, but you were on call. I didn't happen.
Just ordered in anyway and calm down.
I was on a real high timeline.
I'm back again. I know, when they said you're again, I'm like.
Yeah. I got a no, I was sneaking around.
I thought we had already settled
Get rid.
Well, it's a cereal marshmallow.
Trying to merge your township into the fire department, do a fair for you.
No, we're fine. We've contracted with several years.
I found out there's a week in the state legislature, they can, that seems brave when they have because of existing territories. And they can expand, yeah.
Yeah, we are.
He's doing great. He really loves, wanting to just now, so excited to be there. That program, I think, is gonna be really good. He gets to take a class. Well, he has to take a college class every semester, so he's taking about psychology. So he doesn't have much to say about it, but he really likes being with, college age people, so he's very excited. And the really good part about it is it's IUP and everything's still managed through Alexandria, which I think I'm incredibly grateful that, Mr. Baker, he did a really good job. I don't want to call it a drug deal, but, brokering. That's fun about the Grant County. Especially club soccer, I think we did. And, Ashley Addison, the special education director, and Mrs. Keith.
Yeah.
All three really just knocked it out of the park for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was? I love Mrs. Keith. We still live. We bought her supplies for her room this year, even though it's
I
not.
called her, she was up at Mid-Cinnamon, I called her, I said, you need to come down here. And, she wasn't sure, but she said she doesn't regret it at all. She loves it.
We can work with her. She's such a she's a great teacher. She's even better person.
I will agree. I'm glad it's all working out well.
We're hoping in a while to open up the opportunity for more kids from Alexandria to get into that program. I really hope it does, because it's a really special program. Anderson University should be doing something like that.
They're having fun with it.
Yeah. I've heard shuttering some of the practices and guys.
They offer special ed right now. Or they were going to access, I don't know, but that was the top.
Somebody from the West.
The signs.
They don't sell me. Such a small school too.
There's different criteria
I
for
think those things
for
really
what
help.
that's for.
Ball State could do that.
Of course, that's not our.
You got.
And it's all the worth it. It's not just everything, it's just a nice program.
So what we do, we're gonna do the sidewalk inventory this fall. And then early next year, we spring. So. I mean, even if you don't get corrected, it could be loaded in there.
That's where the whole idea is, the way you put their technology is good. Right. Drive us value about our parents and all that. Turning into that 100%. I still even hear my parents be like, hey, can you text that to me again? Just scroll up. And my kids are like that. When my dad first started texting, even with the flip phone, he started going in and learning how to change pictures and do it. No, from the city council meetings for section. Yeah, stop.
Roll call. Virginia. Present. John Burchell. Here. Wendy Goins.
President.
Amy McCurry.
President.
Dave Luck. Present. Keith Kerr.
President.
Jeremy Van Erman.
Here.
City Attorney Sydney Darnell.
I'm here.
Clerk Treasurer Darcy Van Erman. And I'm also here. Okay. Public comment.
Oh, already?
2 minutes.
Okay. I'm here this evening. My name is Brent Maddox. I live right around the corner here in 300 block of Lincoln Avenue. I'm here this evening to ask the mayor and the council to consider either drafting a new ordinance or amending an existing one to change the city government type from mayor council to manager council and create the position of city manager before the next mayoral election. I'm not doing this because I think that we have bad leadership in the city. I think exactly the opposite. I think we've been really lucky to have the group of people we've had step up over the last 15 to 20 years to lead the city through some tough and lean times. And I'm grateful for that. I'm really mostly just asking because I've done some research, I've read some things, and it looks, it appears to me, I believe that if we had a city manager, I think that could set us up for some long-term success. It would take away some of the the turmoil that that first Monday in January brings every 4 years of changing priorities and changing politics. And I know that trickles down to the city employees as well. You know, I know that can bring a lot of anxiety for them. Outside of that, you know, it would give the city some leverage to, instead of electing a person based on the promises they make or the politics they have or how popular they are, would give us the opportunity, the city, the opportunity to hire a person that has the education and the experience to run a city and to, you know, to manage budgets and, you know, manage the personnel of the city. And it would push a little bit of the power, or I don't want to say power, but it pushed a little bit more responsibility and a little bit more of the decision-making processes back to the city council, away from the mayor. I know it's not really something that I would ask lightly, but I do think it does warrant some consideration because I think that it really, I guess I just, at the end of the day, I think, where are we going to be in 50 years? And I think that you guys have the ability right now and a really unique opportunity in, you know, in the history of Alexandria where you could really change the direction and what we may look like then. And I, you know, I don't ask that you just look into it blindly, but, you know, really give it some careful consideration. And that's it. I don't have anything else.
Thank
you.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Approval of previous meetings minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve meeting minutes from August 4th.
I'll second.
All in favor?
All right, warrant 19031 through 19140, in the amount of $277,240.13.
Before, I just wanted to say, on the next two warrants, I know, things have been going, kind of, other things have come to the front, and Darcy, I know you explained to us that you hadn't, quite appropriated this month or last month as far as balance. And I know with the trailer park and everything's come to the forefront, but that's, taken away from that. But I just wouldn't feel comfortable approving the claims that are paid by the funds that we are not showing as the balance at this point, not all claims. So I just have a list of some of the claims. And then maybe we could find more out as far as where you are with balancing that or bringing that forward so that we know. But right now, just with all consciousness, I don't feel comfortable approving the claims that show the negative balance until we get the fund report that shows those have been moved over. And so there are listed claims. No, I am making a motion not to approve those particular APB numbers, and there is a list of them for both of them that fall under any of the funds. And I've listed the funds as well that are currently not showing in the positive balance. I know there's some things that you're needing to move over, but until.
Well, and we also have to do rate increases, and that's coming up next as well.
And that may be, but for today.
Can you rattle off do you know the fund numbers that they came out of, or you just jotted the, when was this provided for everybody? Because I could have tried to have this looked up and resolved for you prior to this meeting.
Well, there's been 2 months in a row that it hasn't been, and I would say, because I know you've been busy with other things, I'm just allowing you a little more time. I wasn't sure until Jeremy had kind of mentioned before that you could pick certain APB numbers. It didn't have to be all or nothing, because I know in the past, Donna had made a motion as far as not approving any of them. Whereas I was just trying to find out which one. We don't want to hold up claims. We want people to get paid. I just feel like we need to know
Okay.
in particular, so it's just those
So
funds.
6101, 6201, and 6601, all three of those are utility. 6101 is water, 6201 is sewage, 6601 is sanitation. The 89 series, those are all payrolls, and those go back and forth with negative and positive depending on the time of the month. Usually because it's the end of the month, they look negative, and then when everything gets resolved, they go back to positive. So you would be holding up payroll, you would be holding up utilities. 5503 is either redevelopment or fire non-revert. 2410, that's a cleanup from an old fund back in 2019 that was used for the Washington Street project. That just needs audited and fixed. There's no new spending out of 2410. 2400, yeah, 2400, I'd have to look at the fund list.
COVID. It's a COVID.
COVID HHS,
Yes.
okay, so that's a fire line. So that's just an audit cleanup from something that they spent probably a couple of months ago that was approved. So that's already, a lot of this stuff is already done. So you're stating we're gonna hold, but those funds, if the spending's already happened. 2241,
That's
I should know that one slot.
slot machine.
Okay, and that one's probably just, like I said, because I've got balancing through about the middle of July done. So I haven't touched it for August, so I've got about 6 weeks worth of work to do.
So when can we, and I started out saying that I knew you've been busy,
Absolutely.
so
Oh my
please don't
gosh.
think I'm not
No,
working with you.
no,
But I
not
just
at all.
feel like it's very important for us as council, if we're going to approve these claims, to know and have good faith that they're in a positive line to say,
Absolutely.
I mean, you would agree. And so then where do we go with that? If that's not the motion I should make, then where do we go? So that we know, and how soon can we expect to have it balanced? And maybe that's the wrong word. I'm trying to choose.
So
because
the state allocates 45 days at the end of a month. So I'm right in the state allocation for proper budgeting best practices with the state. So that's again, I'm like, if I could have had some, I mean, this took you time to prepare. I would have loved to
took
have
me
seen
about
this.
45 minutes
Yes.
this afternoon, but I mean, in all, we've had this conversation as far as before too, and I know my role as council, I take it
I know
seriously,
you do.
but there's some times that we didn't get the information until, I forget when we got the email. And have this supplied to us, so then with the other jobs and requirements and things that I have outside of council.
You do have the right to hold all of these up, but unfortunately you're going to, I don't know how you hold up payroll. I don't know how you hold up payroll by not
Payroll
approving
is
it. So
not something we wouldn't want to hold up, so I.
so those are the 8,900, the funds that are 8903, 716, and 83, all of those have to do with payroll mechanics.
Okay, because
And then your 6101, 6201, 6601, those are all utilities that you're getting ready to speak to with rate studies that you haven't seen yet because budget needed to come first. And then every one of the rest of these are what's known as home rule ordinances, and the money's there, it's just not cleaned up. Again, so this was part of that push-pull. For years, I didn't release anything that wasn't finished because of this right here, right now. I knew you wouldn't understand's not the right word.
I don't understand a lot.
No, understand is not the right word, but when it's not finished, when you get an unfinished product in your hands, this is what it causes. So that's why I was trying to always to strive to get you a finished product. So when I met with Wendy and she assured me that doing this would help, well, it clearly hasn't helped because now here we are in the same boat we've been in. So I've tried both mechanics. I don't know how to advise you any differently than how I'm advised by the state.
I think the fund report that we get for the 5503, for example,
Fire
It's
non-revert.
fire non-revert, but it's negative $95,000. So we're just trying to wrap our brains around, like, how do we spend more out of that when it's negative 90? So we haven't seen it positive to feel,
And those are
secure.
conversations I've been having with the fire chief because of spending that has to happen, like Mayor Tip has had to, some of our ambulances being down. There's money that has to happen. There's spending that has to happen, whether it's in that fund or not. We know that that revenue will be coming in because of the runs they've had. There's, I don't know, anywhere from a 45 to a 60-day lag time from a run today before they could possibly receive that funding.
I don't know the solution for running negative. I feel like we're okaying to spend that we can't even project the income. When are, when are we gonna see that? That's hard to wrap our brains around.
I understand that. So that if this council gets to direct that ship, if you do not want deficit spending in funds, then that's where department heads need to understand how to operate their departments without funding. If that is what this council wishes.
Okay, sorry, just gotta chime in here a little bit. I don't understand the comment of operating a department without funding, because what should happen is you have your budget, which should be appropriation number one. And within that budget, you should appropriate dollars from the expected tax disbursements into each of the 5 major budgetary categories, right? So each department should know what it has for payroll, what it has for supplies, contractual services, debt service, capital, all of that should be in there. So you have the numbers that are budgeted in there that should be approved by the DLGF.
Correct.
And then you get to place it in there. Now, there's a difference between the disbursement from the county. So you get your tax disbursements twice a year, probably end of May, beginning of June, maybe end of June, and then in December. So there's a difference between a line item having the appropriation to be spent or a negative fund balance. The negative fund balances, I can understand if it's a situation in which, listen, it's a timing issue between
Yes.
when it comes in and.
That's what we're dealing with.
Okay, I came into this discussion late.
Sure, absolutely.
And I'm just hearing part of this, but it's a discussion that I've heard. I don't know how we can, so when was the disbursement? I guess is the question. When was the tax disbursement from the county?
So the 2000 series, those are home rule. The 5503 is also a home rule fund. So all of those are, they're funded monthly by draws. The 6000 series are utilities. Those are funded monthly. And then the 8000 series, which are all payroll and withholdings back. So those are basically like sweep accounts or wash accounts.
Okay. But those should have the appropriations in there, and they should have the dollars, right? Because the payroll, if we got the disbursement, so the spring payment balances are usually bigger in June, July,
Correct.
August, and then you spend that down, and then you have a
None of these are
jump again in
those.
December. I mean, that's why you do budgeting for an 18-month cycle. Like, that's what you have to do is project on an 18-month cycle. And so I guess the disconnect I was having is when you said that the department heads need to be able to operate or know how to use their budget. One of the budget meetings that we had, I think there was a statement of, we don't know if we have money to buy toilet paper because we don't know what is in the line. So I think there's got to be communication in some sort of reporting that shows this is the appropriated dollars. Here's what is in each budgetary line item of the major budget categories. And yeah, department heads need to have their feet held to the fire to stay within the budget. But in order for them to do that, they need to know what the budget is that they have in that line. Does that
So-
make sense?
It does. So this fund list, did you just go through the fund report, see they were over in the negative and that's how you created that?
Yes,
So you
I
didn't
did.
look at appropriation spending, you looked at the fund report.
I did. I went through the fund report. I went through claims. I matched which funds were negative with which claims were paid and wrote down the claim number, the APB number. That's all I knew how to do based on what we've done. And we have talked. And if I did it incorrectly, I'll be the first person to say, I'm sorry and what have you, but I don't know because we've asked, several have asked. In seeing this newest fund report, and I know that you had said that
It's just a snapshot in time.
yes, and it's the same. So the revenue and the disbursement amounts remain zero, but the current balance keeps going down. And so that was.
Which one are you looking at? Like,
the-
let's
the
do
notice-
one
the
specific.
Newest fund.
Give me
report
one
you gave.
specific that did that.
Well, compared to the one you gave us last month.
Give me a line item.
I
specific.
don't have last month's to show you
Okay.
which the numbers are.
Okay.
So you explain to me what it is that you're, that I am saying incorrectly.
Well, unless you give me a specific,
Let's say 1101.
1101 is the general fund. It is not
Right.
overdrawn. It has
Okay,
it has
you want a specific, but what I'm saying is the number that's in 1101 for this month versus the number.
It's gonna change every month because of spending. We get 2 draws a
But
year
they
to the
just-
general fund. Well, that's not always true. We
Yeah.
get two tax draws.
If it changed, shouldn't this number change as well?
I don't know what number
The
you're looking at.
dispersed, this column,
The dispersed does not have to change. It depends on if there was a disbursement or not.
But if the current balance goes down, wouldn't that mean because money was dispersed, or am I not?
You're not understanding the report. We need to spend quality
Okay,
time
fair enough.
together so we can go through these reports. These reports are created for us to have conversation, quality time spent together, working together. And this is not the best place to try to facilitate that. That's why I'm trying to go, I can go line for line for each and every one of these with an explanation. We can take that time tonight if you would like. Or would you rather spend quality time together to get your answers
Sure.
answered?
I'm more than happy to do that. I will just then, is it appropriate that I recuse myself then from the claims and then, because I don't feel comfortable approving, not knowing that, and what, we can have that conversation. What's the best?
I don't think it would be a recusal, it would be a vote to not to.
Okay,
And I just have a question on that then, because I'm kind of in agreement during everything about, but tell me about the payroll. Who does that include?
That's everybody. That's everybody's, those are sweep accounts for payroll. All of, I don't have a fund report in front of me. Does somebody have one that they could lend me? And I can say specifically what each one is. $8903 state tax withholding. We paid, looks like we just paid that out. And again, it's not balanced. So snapshot in time was right before a payroll cycle. We're in the middle of a payroll cycle now. It will be zeroed out. 8907. Fire perf withholding, same concept. This is the portion where they have withholdings from the fire, the members of the fire department. 16, that's IMED. Again, that is a withholding.
What is it? I'm sorry.
IMED,
And that is-
8916, that's IMED. That's
I don't know what I know is. I'm sorry.
that's the eye insurance.
Okay.
And 8983, police and fire insurance deduction. Some of them have a special insurance that they have deductions out of. And we've been trying to get some of them caught up because some of them have tried to cancel and we keep getting billed. So that's just part of it with insurance. Sometimes we have to wait for those reimbursements. Or they cancel the policy for everybody else that didn't cancel.
So how does that work to exclude the 8900s? How do I? Like if I agree that we should pay the 8900s, but I'm not in agreement with the others, I don't know how to say that. Or do somebody just make a motion of things and then we say no, and what, I mean, how does that work?
It depends.
I'm
So let me
sorry.
ask you, is there a motion on the floor?
There is a motion to
Yeah.
pass. Dave Luck has a motion to pass the warrants, yes.
So we have a
Motion in a second.
motion, and a second. So if there is a second, then the vote will be to pay the claims as presented. And then you will need a majority of the council to vote in favor for it to pass. So I guess that's the first issue is if there's a motion on the table right now, we'll have to see if there's a second. If there's no second, then it would fail for a lack of second.
I would like to, can I make a whole different motion?
Well, something that's gonna have to be resolved on this one first.
Okay,
Yeah, so at the same time, if you're calling it mayor, then the motion would have failed for lack of second. So now the floor is open again for motions. If there are.
I would like to make a motion to approve claims aside from funds 5503. I'm sorry, I'm paying claims including 5503, 6101, 6201, 6601, 8903, 8907, 8916, 8983. That's fire, non-revert, utilities, and payroll. So those will be paid. We will sit on funds 2241, 2257, 2400, and 2410, which includes slot opioid restricted, COVID, and Washington Street project until our working session. Oh, it can be discussed though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we will discuss.
It depends upon how you call the meeting. If you call the meeting as a special call or whatnot, you can take action on agenda items. If you call it, if you just find the meeting as a work session only, then
Oh, no action can be taken, yeah.
if you're just advertising it as a work session, then that's not an official meeting. But if you have a special call meeting of the council, then you have
And we need how much time to do that?
48 hours.
Okay. What about the rest of the ones on the list?
Yes, I just want to exclude these with the negative balances until we can have a discussion with Darcy, get our understanding, and then we'll take action in our meeting.
And so if I heard it right, then the motion would be to approve claims excluding 2241, 2257, 2400, and 2410. The claims that are attributed to those funds.
Correct.
Can I ask real fast on the 5503 though, which is the fire non-reverts? So that is also part of payroll?
No, there's no payroll out of 5503. 5503 is fire non-revert.
Okay, that's, I wasn't sure why she excluded.
That
that
one, mayor said something about ambulances
Yeah.
needing to be fixed.
We have had a
No
lot of
ambulances in
equipment
service right
repair.
now.
We've had a lot of equipment repairs this calendar year in the fire department.
Okay,
Amen. I'm borrowing a truck from two different departments.
so there is the money there for it, it just needs to be moved.
No, the money hasn't come in from their billing department yet, but it's in the process. Yes, go ahead, Adam.
So just so you have a snapshot understanding, we get EMS money every day. It comes into our account every day. She only gets a report once a month from our billing company because our billing is done by third party. So we see an influx of money every day. So I can promise you, there's over $250,000 in my EMS fund.
Okay,
I promise you there's money. I got 80,000 today.
fair enough.
So please, for the love of God, pay my bills.
Well,
'Cause-
Here,
I'm trying to get stuff fixed. Like I said,
I
like
don't
the mayor
want,
just alluded,
I
I'm
don't want
borrowing
any of them
ambulances.
not to.
The city has 0 ambulances of your own in service right now. So I'm borrowing them. So we're working as fast as we can to get them fixed. I got 3 in the shop. 1 may be back by 7 tonight. So just for the record, please pay those bills.
I don't want any bills not to be paid.
That's-
I just,
yeah,
need
that
to-
wouldn't-
that, I mean, that's not it. I want to work alongside you.
Right, and the first mechanic clearly wasn't working, right? You weren't, the finished, waiting for me for a finished product wasn't working for you all. So like I said, when President Goins came to me and worked with me to come up with this resolution, she understood. There's going to be questions. We were hoping those were gonna be brought to me so we could have quality time to work together. And that's still not happening. So that a better understanding can come into a meeting.
So at this time, there is a motion on the
Yes.
floor to approve the claims excluding those out of 2241, 2257, 2400.
And we will include fire non-reverb, 5503.
Right,
Yes.
that is,
You did-
Okay.
you did
that
do
is your
that.
motion is to.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? All opposed?
Okay. And then,
Same one there.
yeah, more 19141 through 19211, 545,489.20.
Ones we want to exclude. So do we know which ones we want to exclude?
There's a list again, and it looks
The same.
to be
It is. That's how I
the
thought.
same.
Same thing.
Yeah, exact same thing, yeah.
So I make a motion that we approve all claims except we approve the claims
Except
except the 2241, the 2257, 2400, 2410, and the ones listed on the left side of your paper.
These are the APV numbers paid with those particular funds. So I wrote the
Okay.
funds out in a different,
A
so that I
different
would
one, so
have an
that's how-
idea to be
Okay.
able to have a discussion.
Yeah, I got it.
You got it. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? All opposed?
Thanks.
Well, I'm trying to.
Okay, and then
Some of these are affected here.
payroll for August 8th, 135, 271.52.
I make a motion to approve.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Payroll for August 22nd, $142,606.04.
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
August pension, $19,045.80.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. Now we're ready for resolution for Title VI implementation. You guys.
You take the floor.
So Rachel emailed every member of the council a draft copy of the Title VI implementation plan. It's only in draft format at this time. What I'm asking for is any comments, questions, or input. Funnel them through Rachel, and then she could funnel them to me. Is any changes or updates that need to be made? The final approval and submittal to the council for approval of the resolution will be next October, in the October meeting. So it gives you a month to review the document and have any questions or comments or anything added to the document. This same document was approved last year. It's only an update of last year's approved program. You have to do this on an annual basis. So page 12 of that document has accomplishments and goals and objectives for the upcoming year. So that's mainly where the changes have occurred on the document itself.
Yeah. Thank you. Right. Let's move on to ordinance 2025-008-C.
All right, good evening. As you see in front of you, the ordinance for our hazmat billing. It was brought to my attention by the attorneys that we probably needed to make an ordinance. We've been doing this under state statute for my 20 years. But this just puts it into an ordinance that anytime the state changes their fee schedule, we don't have to come back and do this again. So we currently bill this on a weekly and monthly basis for car accidents, hazmat cleanup, anything like that that we have to do. The state does have the fee schedule, which is attached in the ordinance by the IC code. It's that simple. And when there is a fund already established for it, we use it regularly. Any questions that I can answer?
That fund, I'm assuming, is where you're buying the materials from, and then you just reimburse that fund when you're paid.
For hazmat. So for any hazmat cleanup, any car extrications, any debris cleanup that we do from a car accident, but, so, you know, if somebody spills gasoline at Rickers and it's over the state of funded amount, then we go out and clean it up and we charge. And since everybody has to have vehicle insurance, it goes to your insurance company. Then they get the bill.
Make a motion to pass ordinance 2025
I think this is the first reading.
Okay, just the reading only.
Yeah, I think this is first reading.
Motion to read, or is that it? We need it.
So it's been presented to you. It's the first reading of it.
Got
The
it.
title's out there, the explanation.
Yeah, we used to have, back in the day, we just would read them, so thank you. I appreciate that.
All right.
So no, you don't have to.
Yes, it's first reading.
Abatement public hearings on Breeze Automotive. It's been
No, so prior to opening the public hearing on the amendment, we did two separate forms for free because there was discussion after the last meeting as to whether or not it should be a 5 or 10-year abatement. So you have both in front of you for consideration. So for the public hearing, just want to make sure that. Let's see if anybody.
okay. Open the public hearing.
I'm here for help.
No.
No,
So this is for the public hearing.
It's busy.
Well, we're gonna close it.
If there's no public comment. No participation.
Okay.
So now it's up for the council for consideration on the confirmatory resolution.
I guess I just have a question, because in the past, I want to say, Picture Perfect, forgive me, I believe it was a 5-year abatement. And I don't know, I don't have any other examples, but what is the question between 5 and 10 years? What's the industry norm? I don't understand why it's up for question.
Take a stab other than legal, but like amount of jobs created and investment. Sometimes it's equipment. I think the last one Picture Perfect was for an addition of equipment, or did they add a building? I don't know if you remember, they added a building to the back, but I forget how much the expansion was. It wasn't like a whole new facility, or I don't know how many jobs they said they created. So I forget the jobs on this one that they listed as 2 or 3 on the last one. Is it in here?
I don't know, is that in my notes?
I think it's hired two that I know of.
And I got Calvary.
Picture Perfect did real property and personal.
think it was the-
Humphreys is doing real property only, not personal.
Personal property would be like the equipment inside. I think it's our discretion.
It is your discretion to make a determination. So the one thing that's a little bit different about this one is because it is related to an automotive sales or service type industry, your redevelopment commission had to make a recommendation to this council.
Hmm.
So they did take action to recommend that this be considered a targeted area. So that was done at your redevelopment commission meeting. That allows you to now consider an abatement for this type of service, or this type of industry, at that area.
But they didn't make a recommendation on time, did they?
No, no recommendation on time, just a targeted area.
They've been here a long time. Long time. How many towns have a place? Well, actually, we have two of them, really, Greer's and Humphreys, but go out there. It's a nice place, big. You know, a lot of little towns can say they have two places where you can take your crime. So I like the 10 for this myself personally.
Seems like the ones we've done before have always been 10 years. That's it's been a while since we've done one, but
Mhm. Okay.
So can I make a motion? Make a motion to give Humphreys Automotive Sales and Service 10-year tax abatement.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any comments from council? No comments? All right. Next meeting will be September 15th. Have to motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? All opposed?
Thanks for sticking around.
No,
I'm good, kind of.
Six, I left.
we didn't sign that.
So I left.
Don't leave y'all.
Too many.
I heard the drive upstairs in Indy.
Me too.
And
It's
yeah.
it's a super easy drive. I just left
Yep.
about 40 minutes early so I could be here.
Oh, wow.
My boss doesn't care. We just, on Tuesdays, usually the first day of the work week, we have a weekly meeting. So we set down a flying
Yes,
schedule.
we've done,
What the requirements for the flying schedule are gonna be like this week we're flying over this. Make sure we have visibility, so we can go. And I know part of my job is to make sure we have.
They shoot those, there's no warhead for test to see where it hits.
No, they're all warheads.
But we're thinking when I was, take it, they used to shoot a bunch of blanks, basically, and still see it.
So those there's target practice that we run.
Yes, okay, so they do that.
Yeah, there's so like in the target practice run, you have a rocket motor.
There was one.
But then if you get into like advanced precision kill systems are a little bit longer. They have a seeker head in between the rocket motors. And like I've seen them shoot dudes off motorcycles and stuff. Like,
Are they smaller?
so they're long, like there's long, like a regular rocket. Over half the.
And then question how far it. Then she
Alan and
just-
Jamie were, we could something like, well, yeah, I'm trying to catch him.
So this is what they're watching. So
I saw them yesterday.
there was one that she.
I meant to go out there and try to catch him. I had him yesterday.
The
Oh my
non
gosh.
or whatever, the services down to the hospital.
Yes, sorry.